serving the Republic of the Philippines for more than 75 years. Ito po ang Presidential Broadcast Service.
From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.
Good day. This is Dateline Malacañang. Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Monday met with former United Nations or UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon in a courtesy call at the study room in Malacañang Palace. In his meeting with Ban, the President expressed his support for the Global Green Growth Institute or GGGI, which the former currently heads, citing its importance in helping the country to adapt and implement mitigation efforts against climate change. Recognizing the importance of both mitigation and adaptation, the chief executive emphasized the importance of investing wisely in infrastructure, energy, and water resources. GGGI works with partners in the public and private sector in developing countries around the world to put green growth at the heart of economic planning. It also supports emerging and developing countries seeking to develop rigorous green growth economic development strategies. Meanwhile, Malacañang said, other agenda included in the meeting was the implementation of the Nationally Determined Contribution and National Adaptation Plan of the Philippines.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Monday welcomed top executives of the Aboitiz Equity Ventures Incorporated or AEV and Coca-Cola Euro-Pacific Partners or CCEP during a courtesy call in Malacañang Palace. In a significant move, AEV and CCEP embarked on a collaboration to reshape the beverage industry landscape in the Philippines. Their partnership centers on the realm of plastic usage, putting emphasis on a circular economy approach. Coca-Cola and the Aboitiz Group are dedicated to collecting and recycling plastics, ensuring that for every bottle introduced to the market, there is a corresponding effort to recover it. The initiative seeks to bring about holistic development, choosing the Philippines as their strategic hub in order to capitalize on local knowledge and talent. The chief executive acknowledged the partnership and sees the collaboration as a beacon of hope and opportunity. President Marcos underscored that the collaboration between Coca-Cola and the Aboitiz Group highlights the country's potential as a business destination.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on February 19th appointed lawyer Jose Moises Salonga as the new administrator of the Local Water Utilities Administration or LWUA, replacing Homer Reville. In 1999, Salonga finished his studies at the Ateneo de Manila University with a degree in economics. He later earned his law degree from the same university in 2003. 14 years later, Attorney Salonga received his master's degree in Public Safety Administration at the Philippine Public Safety College. Salonga worked in various capacities, including the Philippine National Police or PNP's Anti-Illegal Drugs Special Operations Task Force, the National Power Corporation, Land Bank of the Philippines or LBP, First Farmers Rural Bank of Batangas Incorporated, Philippine Associated Smelting and Refining Corporation, Office of the Executive Secretary, and Philippine National Oil Company or PNOC Renewable Corporation. Attorney Salonga will take over the operations of the LWUA, a government-owned and controlled corporation or GOCC with a specialized lending function mandated by law to promote and oversee the development of water supply systems in provincial cities and municipalities outside of Metro Manila. The LWUA was created through Presidential Decree No. 198, also known as the Provincial Water Utilities Act of 1973, which was signed into law on May 25th of the same year. The law also provided for the establishment of water districts in cities and municipalities in the provinces.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Monday met with senators in Malacañang Palace to discuss the proposed amendments to the economic provision of the Constitution. According to Senate President Juan Miguel Zubiri, the chief executive again emphasized that the Senate should take the lead with regards to promoting economic charter change or CHACHA. The president himself stated that he wants the plebiscite of the economic CHACHA to coincide with the 2025 midterm elections. President Marcos also wants Senate Subcommittee on Constitutional Amendments Chairman Sonny Angara to study the legal steps to convince the Commission on Elections or COMELEC to include in the 2025 ballot a rider question with regards to the amendment to the economic provision of the Constitution. Zubiri said the Senate will put their best effort to finish the hearings on economic CHACHA before Congress goes on sine die adjournment on May 25th.
Dateline Malacañang.
Sweden has expressed its interest to collaborate with the Philippines in the sectors of transportation, energy, digitalization, mining, healthcare, and infrastructure. In a bilateral meeting, Finance Secretary Ralph Recto and Swedish Ambassador to the Philippines, Annika Thunborg, discussed the possible steps for the strategic investments. Secretary Recto emphasized on the concerns of Swedish investors in the country and promised to streamline processes in the approval of projects for financing, private investment, and ease of doing business in the Philippines. For her part, Thunborg praised the efforts of the Department of Finance or DOF in amending the Corporate Recovery and Tax Incentives for Enterprise or CREATE law that will create a conducive business environment for Swedish investors in the country. Also discussed during the meeting was the possible collaboration on Official Development Assistance or ODA to address the needs of the Philippine government to fund big infrastructure projects.
Dateline Malacañang.
The Philippine Red Cross or PRC continues to provide assistance to families affected by the calamity in Davao de Oro Province. In partnership with the Government of Australia, the PRC delivered non-food items and mother and newborn kits to the beneficiaries. Around 24,493 families and 39 pregnant women received the assistance that are currently staying at evacuation centers in the province after they were affected by flooding and landslide caused by a shear line and low pressure area or LPA. PRC Chairperson Richard Gordon thanked the Australian government for its assistance in sending help to the affected families. The PRC hopes to continue providing assistance to various organizations in order to address the needs of the community in the region.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine House Speaker Martin Romualdez praised President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. in assuring the welfare and interests of all Filipinos by signing into law two important measures that aim to improve the lives of the elderly and promote Philippine-made products. The President on Monday signed Republic Act or RA 11981 or the Tatak Pinoy Act and RA 11983 or an act granting benefits to Filipino octogenarians and nonagenarians. The House leader said that these legislative milestones represent a steadfast dedication to addressing crucial issues facing the nation's maritime workforce, elderly citizens, and local industries. Under the Tatak Pinoy Act, the government shall provide a comprehensive strategy to create, fund, and implement the Tatak Pinoy Strategy or TPS that aims to increase the production and promote the high quality of Filipino-made products. Speaker Romualdez said, the enactment of the Tatak Pinoy Act marks a significant milestone in the government's efforts to empower Filipino enterprises and drive sustainable economic development, adding that this will harness the potential of the country's workforce and propel the nation towards greater prosperity. The House Speaker is also pleased that RA 11983 was put into law, which extends 10,000 pesos cash gift to Filipinos who reach the ages of 80, 85, 90, and 95, and the creation of the Elderly Data Management System. This expands the benefits under RA 10868 or the Centenarians Act that grants a 100,000 pesos cash gift to Filipinos who reach the age of 100 years old. Speaker Romualdez said RA 11983 exemplifies the President's dedication to honoring the elderly citizens and ensuring their well-being in their golden years. Romualdez added that by providing financial assistance and establishing an elderly data management system, this law reflects the administration's commitment to supporting the country's elders who have contributed immensely to the society.
Dateline Malacañang.
The Philippines Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources or BIFAR on Monday said that more Filipinos are now fishing in the Bajo de Masinloc or Scarborough Shoal. In a television interview, BIFAR spokesperson Nazario Briguera said, Filipino fishing vessels increased as the government intensified its presence in the area. Briguera said that compared to their last mission, there were only 21 fishing boats. Now, fishing boats numbered 44. He added that all of the fisherfolk received aid from the government. The BIFAR spokesperson said that the courage of fishers to fish in the area is getting stronger, which is the goal of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. Briguera underscored that intimidation or blocking attempts of the Chinese Coast Guard and Chinese maritime militia are concentrated on the government's vessels. The BFAR, in partnership with the Philippine Coast Guard or PCG, recently concluded yet another successful mission in the Bajo de Masinloc via BRP Sanday. Nazario reported the distribution of around 44,900 liters of diesel, 270 liters of drinking water, and 20 gallons of fresh water to Filipino fishers in the area. The BFAR, meanwhile, assured to support fisherfolk in the West Philippine Sea through its Layag WPS, which stands for Livelihood Activities to enhance fisheries yield and economic gains from the West Philippine Sea. Nazario said around 66 units of over 60 feet fishing boats are set to be distributed this year. The units shall be provided to fishers through the various fisherfolk associations or cooperatives to help increase harvest. Besides this, the BFAR shall also continue rolling out its post-harvest support to fishers in provinces facing the West Philippine Sea.
Dateline Malacañang.
And finally, the Philippines National Economic and Development Authority, or NEDA, believes that the key to achieve the Philippine Development Plan, or PDP 2023 to 2028, is the influx of investments in the country, which is the aim of the amendment to the economic provisions of the Constitution. In his opening remarks at the Committee of Whole on Constitutional Amendments hearing, NEDA Secretary Arsenio Balisacan said, NEDA recognizes the importance to update the Constitution so that the Philippines can keep up with neighboring countries in Southeast Asia who have already surpassed the country in terms of the number of foreign direct investments. Balisacan said that being a member of the academic community and a student of the Philippine economic development, they study and have witnessed how the Philippines missed the opportunity to attract foreign direct investments. The NEDA Secretary underscored that if public utilities are open to foreign investments, this will improve the quality and bring cheaper services for Filipinos such as energy and water distribution. According to Balisacan, the initiative is not the only solution to the country's economic problems, but will serve as a complementary strategy to open the Philippines' economic potential. Balisacan encouraged lawmakers to continue the deliberations on the proposed amendment and help each other to make sure the resilient and inclusive future of the Filipino people.
Dateline Malacañang.
Before we conclude our program, we would like to invite everyone to come and visit our Facebook page at Radyo Pilipinas World Service. You will be able to hear and view our Filipino and English programs, including news updates here in the Philippines. Kindly subscribe, like, and share our posts as well. And that concludes this edition of Dateline Malacañang. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this is Leo Magpayo. Good day and stay safe.
From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.